Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chiscool Gaming, and we've got Generation 4 heroes here. Reina is in the Hall of Heroes. So we're going to unlock her. We're going to get a look at her skills and figure out, is she worth working on? And from what I've heard, she is. We're going to use her for rallies for a long time. So let's get the unlock here, and let's talk about her skills. We're going to get the unlock just by spending gems. And the way that I approach now heroes that show up in this event in the Hall of Heroes is I just basically get the unlock over here. I'll buy whatever I need to go and do that, and it looks like I've already gotten what I need purely from spending gems. So we spent gems already, maxed that out. I think that gives me enough just to get the unlock here, so we can go and do that. And I no longer spend on this at all. So am I spending for these tomes and the XP? No. Now, in the first couple generations of heroes in this game, I felt like I really needed it. I needed hero XP. I needed these books. Will I need more of these books? Probably, but I'm reaching a point where I think I hit the sort of escape velocity on them soon enough anyways. So I think I'm okay on that front. And, hero XP, I'm fine. Like, worst case, I don't have all my heroes maxed, but I can use my drill center to get all the ones I need maxed. So I'm chilling here. So this is a bundle I'm no longer spending on in Whiteout Survival, even though initially it was very compelling. And the way that I will ultimately max out a hero from this event is by spending my Mythic General shards. So get the unlock, Mythic General, literally all the rest of the way up. That's how I'm going to do it. I could slightly slow roll it by spending gems and doing it every couple weeks when this shows up and getting more and more and more. But like 10 a week? I'm like never getting there. Or 10 every other week, or however often this thing shows up, right? So the reason that I'm going to use the Mythic Generals is that I want to get there more quickly. I'm going to do that during SVS prep. And then after I've maxed her out, all of the gems that I spend on this are going to go towards widgets. Now, interestingly, I can pick like other, Gen 3 Mythic Hero shards, etc. Widgets are where it's at, man. I think it's a no-brainer, even if I was doing like Gen 1 widgets. Like, widgets are the thing to go and do after you get the hero unlock from here. My opinion, you can do whatever you'd like there. All right, now, what the heck does this hero do? Well, we can unlock her and figure it out. She's a Lancer. Now, when I went in on Mia and I went all in, I thought she was going to be like my rally of choice for a very long time. So let's figure this out. Where are we at with Reina? What am I using her for? All right. We're going to need to take her up to 1 star in order to get a look at the gear. And this piece of gear is going to be very important, in my opinion, for figuring out, like, hey, is she for rally or defending or like what's the deal here? So let's just do this now. Okay. We're going to take her to 1 star and we just knock it out. Would it be better to do this during a prep? Yes. Am I going to spend the 10 for a vid? Obviously, the answer here is yes. Okay, there it is. Very good. Now, we're going to go look at this widget first. Okay, so what does it do? For Expedition, which is where we're going to start, Rally and Garrison, that's what I'm very interested in. Reina's unmatched precision increases rally troop lethality by 15%. Well, that seems very good. Now, I had thought that Mia was the Lancer I was going to be using for an eternity. So let's get a look here. We get a look at the gear and divine advantageous moments for an assault increasing rally troops attack. Well, I mean, I think a later generation of hero plus lethality is probably more interesting than attack. I don't know. Attack, lethality, you let me know in the comments which is better. But I thought when I went all in on Mia that I was going to be like Mia for life. But now I'm hearing Reina for life. Either way, it's fine. Like, ish. I mean, I did use her to rally in SVS. But let's get a look here. Plus, she was the wheel hero, so you like to get value from the wheel. So let's look at the rest of these skills. Maybe the rest of these skills are the reason that we're going to move all in on Reina for Rally Garrison. Let's figure it out. So, in Expedition, okay, Reina targets the enemy weak spots, increasing normal attack damage by 30%. Is this a good joiner skill? Someone who's experienced, let me know. Is this a good joiner skill? Are we going to move all in on that for that purpose? Certainly very interested in kind of what the conclusion is there. I don't know if it matters whether or not I do these upgrades now or later, but whatever. Next skill. Reina's Adept Leadership grants all troops a 20% chance of dodging normal attacks. So I actually don't know what a normal attack is in Whiteout Survival. I guess like every turn, do you deal a normal attack? I don't know. I'll have to make a video about this because now I'm very intrigued. So Reina follow-up video coming where I explain some of these mechanics. And with Reina's clever tactics, her Lancers have a 25% chance of performing an extra attack, dealing 200% damage. So, you know, a 1 in 4 chance to get 4x the damage, which seems very good. So where am I at with her? Well, this skill is all about making the enemy take damage. This skill is about damage mitigation. And this skill is about damage enhancement. And she's got lethality on the widget. Seems very powerful. I mean, if we just go back and compare here, I mean, obviously, you're just going to use the latest gen, right? Aren't you just going to use the latest gen? So we're comparing to 50% chance of cursing the target, increasing their damage taken by 50%. The next skill brings luck to her troops, 50% chance of boosting attack by 50%. And lastly, foresees potential danger, 40% chance of reducing damage taken by 50%. So this is a damage ability. This is a damage. I mean, this kit just feels incredibly similar, quite frankly. It's just like the latest gen of hero just generally has more stats. So, yeah, I mean, y'all are going to have to let me know. Maybe there's some piece of the puzzle I'm missing. I bet that I am. What is it I'm missing? So we go back to Reina and we get a look here and let's see what she does in the arena. Is she going to be a game changer? Reina conjures an illusion to ambush the enemy forces from behind. That seems really good. I mean, it's just, we're talking about AoE damage. So she's got AoE damage, 420%. If I had her maxed, I think I would snap replace Mia for Arena, certainly. Like, once I have her maxed out, it's like a no-brainer. Mia's not really doing AoE damage, right? Like, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. That already AoE damage is like, you have my attention. Reina has a 25% chance of confusing the opponent with an illusion, dodging the damage when receiving a normal attack. Okay, damage mitigation's decent. Reina inflicts, and that's especially true because sometimes she ends up on the front line, you know? Reina inflicts illusion on enemy targets hero first, dealing damage equal to 140% attack, immobilizing them for 1.5 seconds. Oh, okay. So she's going to immobilize the enemy hero briefly, which could be a damage mitigation technique in a way, depending on where they get immobilized, I guess, if they're not already connected with you. I mean, seems good. At the end of the day, she's got AoE damage and Mia doesn't. So, like, I'm in. You say you have me at hello? I felt like Mia was not a huge elevation of my arena team. And then Reina has a 40% chance of throwing an extra kunai, dealing attack, 45% damage with normal attack. That should sound exciting to me, but I don't know that it does. I guess every single second you're doing a normal attack, right? You might be doing them more frequently than that, but every time you do a normal attack, you have a chance of doing some extra damage. Okay. You know, single target damage doesn't excite me overly much. So I think that's, you know, fine, but not all that exciting, actually, for an ability. Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about. Actually, entirely possible. So the thing that I'm interested in here is this AoE damage. If we compare to my Lancer over here, Mia, what is she doing? We get a look here, right? Throws a tarot card at the enemy, reduces the target's attack for 2 seconds, or stuns them. So some damage mitigation and some damage, but it's single target. Okay. Mia's curses an enemy, dealing fluctuating damage based on the base value of 70% attack. Final damage dealt is a random figure, so like some random amount of damage. Then lastly, Mia protects the hero with the lowest remaining health and restores health based on a base value of Mia's attack. I don't exactly know how this works. Like, it's funny because I've been using her and it's like, Bro, I can't figure out what's happening in the arena battle, can you? You gotta, like, play it in slow-mo, maybe to figure it out and know everything about all the heroes to really kind of, like, grok what actually truly happened. But the final health restored will be a figure ranging from 5 to 400% of base value. So if I read this at face value, what it's saying is Mia is protecting the hero with the lowest remaining health and restores health for the hero based off of Mia's attack. So she is a healer, which I do like, and she's picking who's weakest, which I do like. I don't know how frequently this happens, but seems cool. And then lastly here, figures out the secret fate through the crystal ball, increasing upper limit and lower limit of all fluctuating skills by 150%. Okay, it's really that elevation of the lower limit that's pretty cool. So she's just better at doing these three things. So the good news is we only need to know what these three things are, right? And it's actually just these two things that fluctuate. So she's making the floor of this a lot better. The ceiling slightly better for the damage you could deal. The floor of this better, and the ceiling better. You know, it goes from you could have as low as 5% to as low as you could have 155%, which is kind of a big deal, right? So, yeah, I found Mia's performance in the arena to be kind of mid. So overall, I, without knowing what I was doing, had thought, and maybe it still will be the case, that I was supposed to be rallying with, like, Mia for, like, a really long time in the bear trap. Is that actually true? Is attack going to be, like, the thing? Or is lethality the thing? I don't know. Regardless, I'm just going to put as soon as I have her maxed out, I'm just going to put my best gear on her. And I'm like, I'm going to be real with you. I'm not going to want to move my gear around all the time, even just for bear trap. Your boy Cheese over here is going to be lazy about it. I just am. I'm just telling you the truth. I am just telling you the truth, right? Like, technically, I'm supposed to rally the bear with Alonzo. Bro, hey, look. You asking me to commit 30 minutes every other day to rallying this bear? How many hours a week? 2 to 2.5 hours a week? Bruh. Hey, yo, bruh. For the same thing for the rest of my life? Bruh. Hey, look. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it while I'm doing other things. And, I don't want to move my gear around, right? But that's just because I'm a noob. I guess I don't want to min-max the ever-living heck out of everything. I guess at some point, one day, maybe, I'll have multiple sets of max gear. But until that day, forget about it. The Legend Transcend pack. Sure. We do this. Now, as far as my arena team goes, as I mentioned, I think we just make a hot swap here. I feel like my arena team performance is, really mid to low, to be honest. I don't know. It's another one of those things where it's like, okay, so I'm committing, 5 minutes of my life every day for the rest of my life for, from 7:55 to 8 p.m. my time. If I remember, I forgot to attack the other day, which is part of the reason my ranking is kind of low. It's I missed a day worth of attacks. It's 10 attacks worth of rank gain, which is man, wouldn't it be cool if if it wasn't those 5 minutes? And so there's a choice to make, right? It's do I want to commit my time, or do I want to spend to get rewards? Equivalent to what I could have gotten for free. And I think I'm shifting to the point where it's yeah, no, I'd rather just spend a couple bucks than commit the 5 minutes every day for the rest of my life. You see what I mean? That's kind of where I'm at. And that's generally, the way this style of game works. You either are committing your time, okay, or you're committing your money. And the people that will get the absolute max results commit both. Choices. All right, you enjoyed the vid, throw a like on here, subscribe. As I mentioned, I showed you this, but I clicked the wrong thing. What I need to do is I need to show you, this lineup over here. So it's this Mia that is I think just the easy swap once I max out Reina, right? Someone who knows Gen 4 is going to have to let me know in the comments. And this is the defensive lineup I have for now. And I've been playing around with who's kind of in the front and kind of what they're up to. But fundamentally, because I might serve as a rally garrison for my team, I take a massive L in the arena in terms of my performance by having 3 concentrated sets instead of 5 more moderate sets. And it just is. It is what it is. Every time I show up and I fight a team that's like multiple millions of power less than me, and it's like I lose, and then I look and I'm like, oh, right. Nope. They have even equipment and I don't. I'm cooked. I'm actually nothing I can do. Cooked. Straight dagger. But it is what it is. That's the nature of the beast. If you're gonna rally, all right. You enjoyed the vid, throw a like on here, subscribe. Yeah, friggin' Reina's here, man. Gen 4's here. I am hyped. State's in a really great spot, by the way. For those that are wondering, transfer's complete. Power's looking pretty good. Kind of hilarious. We had like 2 or 3 people go like AFK for 3 days, which is really frustrating. Like literally right after transfer's completed. And so we kicked them out. I'm like, couldn't you have done this like instead of right after all the transfers concluded and we gained all this power? Couldn't you have done that before then? And then we could have had people replace you. But those players went to other alliances, which is great. That's a W for the state. Our alliance is more active than ever. We are freaking cooking with gas. It's fine. I'm just a min-maxer. So when these people, so the funny thing is we have a vacation chat on Discord. So like all you have to do is say if you're on vacation. This is like totally fine. It's just the like one day you were here and then the next day you're a ghost thing. It's like, what if you had an ounce of care for the rest of your team and just let us know what you were up to? But, you know, it's a game, so I get people make their choices. All right, you enjoyed the vid, throw a like on here, subscribe. Reina, everybody. I'm probably just going to max her. It's just a matter of when, and I think the time will be SVS prep. That's it. GG, all right? And again, I'm going to use Mythic Generals. That's the way to do it on heroes that come from the Hall of Heroes. All right, until next time. You have fun smashing your enemies. Oh, you want to see how my last SVS went? Cards will be in the end screen, man. You literally just can't make this stuff up.